welcome back to the JMA Connections. We are still on Sunday, and of course, this Sunday is still the 7th day of December, the year 2025. We're 18 days away from Christmas. I want to extend a hearty salute to everyone. So, folks, in place of the news talk that was scheduled for this hour, this Sunday. Due to circumstances beyond my control, we are unable to have that news talk right now. But in lieu and place of that news talk, we have this very important news flash, which is, of course, updates on what has been happening in the northern part of the Republic of Cameroon. So bear with me. We will have our news talk at the same time this Monday. That will be 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it will be 11 p.m. West African Time, Central African Time. That said, let's get immediately into the gist. This morning, earlier today, in my broadcast, in my news update, I indicated that the government of the Republic of Cameroon had, created a stir in Meiganga, and pointed out that the government of the Republic of Cameroon had just done what they know how to do best. They embraced their favorite sport. They moved in very quickly with all the brutality that you could imagine in Meiganga. And of course, shortly afterwards, they sent their social media trolls to go out there and announce that through the night they were able to initiate some very positive dialogue, and that everything went on so well. As you could read from this post, they said in this post that everything went on so well. They had a very nice conversation through the night, that the administrative authorities were able to convince the leaders of the truckers union in northern Cameroon, especially in Meiganga, and they were able to get their trucks off the roads, and of course circulation had resumed, and also noted that all was being done to ensure that the axis between Garoua Bulai and the Garoua, or that the axis between Garoua Bulai was going to be opened for circulation. Of course, they celebrated that the government has a very good approach at dialogue, and that they were able to initiate dialogue, they were able to talk to the people, and everyone came back to very good sentiment. And that dialogue took place, but in the night, because the government of the Republic of Cameroon is more specialized in doing things in the night. They don't believe in doing things in broad daylight, because in broad daylight they easily get very confused. So it was a kind of beautiful nightly dialogue, and what I call Yaounde's innovative approach at social dialogue. So of course, Yaounde hid an exploit. They were able to come up. They discovered a very wonderful approach at social dialogue, and they tested it last night in Meiganga, and it worked. I'm sure they're expecting that the rest of the world will learn from Cameroon, from the sovereign nation of Cameroon, this very innovative, this wonderful, this surgical approach at social dialogue that makes people who were angry for 5 days quickly say, no, 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 we're not waiting till morning to take away our trucks. They take them off immediately. And that's why you find them celebrating. They said, circulation has resumed. But folks, as I pointed out, this is what Cameroon is good at. Manipulation. Every time there is a problem, they never believe in solutioning. It is only escalation. And I said, at the start of this crisis, that the government of Cameroon was going to use provocation to the point where what is going on now in the southern Cameroons will soon find itself taking root in northern Cameroon. And I suppose right now I can see it with some degree of authority that we are almost there. Because look at the nature of dialogue initiated was such a wonderful one that I believe that it's already bearing its fruits. This is how it went. As you can see here, this is how that nightly dialogue went. It was so wonderful. So over 100 truck owners are right now gnashing their teeth from the implementation of this very innovative approach at social dialogue by Yaounde. You can see these are the fruits here, and these are tens of millions in reals. And you believe that at the end of this, you are definitely going to have peace. Because Paul Biya, c'est un mendiant de la paix. Paul Biya, oh, the apostle, in quotes, the apostle of peace. Hey, the prince, in quotes, the prince of peace. Hey, the only man, the only man, the only one. In fact, the word Paul Biya is a gift to Cameroon. That is such a gift that he was even meant to manage by some greater country in the world, because he's such a precious, wonderful, illuminated leader that Cameroon is even too small for him. So says Atanga Naponji. And so therefore, Cameroon should be very proud to have him. In fact, they are blessed, just like Ashunyenti to adds. And so these are the fruits of that dialogue, as you can see. So, I mean, the dialogue went so well. And I'm sure that all parties are now very excited that they sat down, had a beautiful conversation, even drank some palm wine about 4 a.m. when the road was supposed to have been cleared around 4:15 a.m. when transportation resumed. I mean, the truck owners were definitely in past celebrating, because you see, this is really awesome, as you can see for yourself. Yeah, this is it. You see, the owners of these trucks are celebrating because it was such a wonderful moment. In fact, dialogue like never before seen, nowhere else. In fact, only Paul Biya is capable of innovating in this manner, of initiating this kind of approach to dialogue. And so, as you can see for yourself, it is already producing, it's already yielding the kind of results that you get when you initiate and implement this kind of dialogue. So right now, the members of the Truckers Transporters Union in the Adamawa and the North have just had the support of other truckers unions in the northern regions. And the good news now is that they have all decided that with effect from this Monday, the 8th day of December, all the trucks are packing. All the trucks will pack. So yes, La République du Cameroon has used military caterpillars, scattered over 100 trucks, destroyed them. The destruction is serious. The destruction is real, as you can see there. As you can see, the destruction is real. The pain is real. This is hundreds of millions in flames. And don't you ever forget this. The government of Cameroon is specialized in spraying poverty. When they are not spraying poverty, they are not happy. And they had done that to the elite of the southern Cameroons. Done everything to ruin the elite of the southern Cameroons economically. Because they told themselves, if we ruin them economically, it will be difficult for them to finance an insurrection. And now, the new enemy of the Bulu Ekambeti regime are the northern regions. And so, therefore, the new enemy has got to be reduced to their barest expression. They have to be made to get to that place where they are so financially ruined too that they have to turn again and start begging from the government of Yaoundé. That's exactly why they did not hesitate to, rather than letting the Minister of Transport go to Meiganga to have this dialogue with those people, they decided to initiate the best form, the most innovative form of dialogue that they believe the rest of the world should copy. Destruction of private property, destruction of people's capital, destruction of people's lives, unemploying as many people as they can in that region. And so the people have responded. The people have answered. So they say, now that you have destroyed over 100 trucks to open the road, the rest of the trucks will pack. I guess the military, the very professionally trained military, conducted by an Israeli, the B known as Aaron Moise, would definitely go over to those places, go behind the people's homes, collect their trucks, and use military caterpillars to load goods in those trucks and drive them to Yaoundé. Drive them down south. They will force those trucks to go and load containers from Douala and drive them to Central African Republic and drive them to Chad. This is what you get when you decide to function like a carpenter whose only tool is a hammer. And that before you, every other problem looks like a nail. This is what you get. Listen, folks, these people have a clear objective. They need to antagonize everyone to attain the goal of finally creating that Betty state and cutting away all the resources that they have stolen from the country to that new state, because they have to run away from accountability. And when they have created their Betty state and are running away from accountability, all those people who are from the West region, who are from the northern regions, who are part of that national ethnic group of less than 3,000 people, all those who are from the southern Cameroons who belong, will find themselves isolated. They will be on their own, forced now to perhaps start going back to their people to be telling stories or simply run into exile. That's exactly what it is. And so this thing has gone worse now, because not only are the heavy duty transporters in their Damawa and the north going to park their trucks beginning this Monday, the 8th of December, they are now joined by those from Kuseri, by those from the Logon and Chari. As you can see, en soutien à leurs collègues, les camionneurs du Logon et Chari, région de l'extrême nord, ont garé leurs camions à l'entrée de Kuseri, à la frontière avec le Tchad. So now, this is now going beyond just Cameroon, because the truck owners, the truckers in the Logon and Chari division, which shares boundary with Chad, have now parked their own trucks at the entrance to Kuseri, the capital of the Logon and Chari division. And now they have blocked the roads that leads into N'Djamena, that leads into Chad. Chad still depends on the Douala seaport. Although they have made some arrangements with Equatorial Guinea to be getting their products, some containers through Malabo, they still so largely deal with the Douala seaport. And so with this development, it tells you that this is now an escalation. A situation that could have been resolved through dialogue is now going to get far more complicated. This is exactly what happened in 2017 with the people of the Southern Cameroons. When the people of the Southern Cameroons were waiting for the dialogue initiated to continue and to resolve to something acceptable to all parties, what did Yaoundé do on the 17th of January 2017? They decided to suspend or not, to ban the consortium, ban the SCNC, and cut off internet signals from the Southern Cameroons, and it lasted over 90 days. And what did it result to? To what we have today. A 9-year-old bloody conflict. And the conflict is still raging on. So right now, a new front has effectively been opened in northern Cameroons. And as should have been expected, and they had actually delayed to do it until they had to be called, their doors knocked, their phones, flooded with messages from southern Cameroon's activists, that the activists, the social media activists, the La République du Cameroon's diaspora has now come up. They have risen to the occasion and are getting the message, and they have not decided to do the needful. As you can see here, they say Nzuimanto is announcing les camionneurs annoncent leur ville morte sur l'axe Douala-Ouest dès demain lundi. Cagnotte mise en ligne pour soutenir les camionneurs. Possible de contribuer par PayPal ou virement bancaire. So you see, they are now launching a fund. They are launching what you would call a fundraising exercise to raise money and assist these heavy-duty drivers in the northern regions to sustain them during this period that they have decided to park their trucks. This is exactly what everyone had been expecting that they would do. I had said before, let's be patient with them. Gradually, they are coming out of their shells. Gradually, they are understanding the modus operandi. And so effectively, the La République du Cameroon diaspora is taking the bull by the horns. So, as you can see there, they have how you can contribute. Zumanto, esfsf.com, Kanyot. This is one way to contribute. Those who want to contribute to Zumanto will do. There is definitely another, there are definitely other avenues through which people can make contributions. And I want to encourage the La République du Cameroon diaspora to make sure that they put in resources enough to help sustain these truck drivers who have decided to take the bull by the horns, who have decided to rise up to the occasion and do what the local peoples had refused to do. This is a unique opportunity they must not miss, because it says, as a matter of fact, le flux massif de personnes se connectant au même moment peut rendre momentanément le site internet hébergeant la cagnotte indisponible. Because it says, as they just announced the collection of funds to assist the truck drivers, the heavy duty truck drivers of the North, who are embarking on a sit-in strike beginning this Monday, the 8th of December, that the site is witnessing a lot of traffic, meaning money is flowing, meaning the people are going to be sustained through this period that they are going to park their trucks, meaning they absolutely have nothing to worry about. But there are people who may now be forced to pay the price. All those who enjoy beef, who enjoy meat from, coming in from the Adamawa, coming in from the northern regions, all those who enjoy sorghum, all those who enjoy whatever, they are going to find themselves now in a very difficult situation, because this is not going to be available, over perhaps the next few weeks. At the same time, the container terminal at the Douala seaport that was once congested just at the start of this crisis is definitely going to witness another very nasty moment. And what the Cameroon government did not expect, perhaps they did not see that one coming too. Oh, the state resources, state finances are going to get a massive hit. This is a developing story. And of course, we'll be following it as it unfolds. And I'm convinced that the politicians who normally understand what has to be done at moments like this ones to attain goals that they were not otherwise able to attain, by other means. I guess they are seeing this, and I suppose they will be able to draw the lessons and draw those lessons as fast as possible. Don't forget that a lot of people in La République du Cameroon are beginning to say they are convinced the only way to get the Biya system out of power is by other means, no longer by the ballot box. I heard a lot of them talking so much about the ballot box, not only Ben Modo. There is some information I've received that is so sensitive that I need to verify and complete the verification before I bring it back here. Just like I've still not been able to get confirmation as to whether the railway sleepers in one locality after Ngaoundere has been destroyed as earlier announced. I'm still digging, and once I know, you definitely will be sure to know. So I want to thank each and every one of you who was part of this very quick broadcast for your very kind attention. Share the link and share as much as possible. And if you're not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. Let's stay connected. Let's stay informed. Let's stay mobilized. And please, let's continue to stay focused on the goal. To God be the glory.